So you were in solitary confinement for most of your time?
Yes, approximately 32 years.
32 years by yourself in a room. What can you speak to me? Tell me about what that was like. What does the room look like? What do you have in there? What's it like at the beginning when you went, and how'd you stay sane throughout those times?
Solitary. Well, let me. I'll explain Pelican Bay. Pelican Bay Prison, it's in Crescent City. It was designed to break inmates, to keep them segregated from other inmates. You would be in a cell by yourself. You have no contact with no one. You go to the yard by yourself. You go to the shower by yourself. It was ran electronically. What I mean by that is the cell door would open and close by a guard being in a control booth. So if it's time for me to go to yard, he would open my cell. I would step out. He would open the yard door. I would step in it. He would close it. But the yard was like a dog walk. It was tiny. I could stretch my arms out, and this little area was bigger than the yard. There was nothing out there. There was nothing. We couldn't even have a handball. It was designed to break us. Yeah.
So you were literally just alone. You couldn't, no human contact, no nothing, no ball, no, literally nothing.
No, nothing.
So what would you do every day? 30 something years.
That's one of the things that has kept me healthy. Was in the shoe, I would exercise a lot. I used to make pull-up bars with rolled up magazines, and I would get sheets and braid them and hooks and do pull-ups, handstand push-ups, burpees, plyometric push-ups, where I call them jackknives, where I jackknife and I touch my toes in the air. I go down and I throw my body in the air and I touch my toes, and they're jackknife.
So you were like a gymnast.
Yeah, I used to like doing like push-ups on the handstand and throwing myself in the air.
So you must have been like in tip-top, I mean, you still are, but like tip-top perfect shape.
That was to get my body
in your mind
moving. As far as my mind, let me see. I would read a lot. I started first with history. I learned how to draw. Pretty good drawing. I learned how to play chess. I started learning about personal finance. I learned about the stock market. I started trading stocks. I learned about real estate, small business, stocks, options, commodities, currencies.
So you were just like a self-taught genius then?
Well, I lost my mother, and I knew I was going to have no one. So I started saying, well, I got to take care of myself. So I started learning ways of...
In the shoe?
In the shoe, yes. Well, I have a house. I got a house for my parents passed away. They left me the house.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so I invest in stocks, bonds.
How do you invest in stocks in prison?
I'll have, let's say that you're my sister or my girlfriend or whatever, you go visit me, I'll say, hey, contact E-Trade and get an application, fill the application, open up the account. You could either open it for yourself or make it for two people. And then I'm going to tell you what stocks. I'll write to you.
And how were you making money?
By telling my friends to buy the stocks and sell them. I bought Cisco. I don't know if you know what Cisco is. It does routers and stuff for the internet. In 99, before the internet boom, before these computers and these tablets came out, I was reading about all that. So I started first investing in the internet. I knew it was going to grow, so I invested in Cisco, routers, switches. I invested in Intel. I invested in anything that I thought that had to do with computers and what was happening, and I make money on stocks.
So you did well.
I did all right on one socks, yeah. Lost some, but some kind of came up, yeah.
So then you spent your time working out physically to stay in shape, reading a lot and learning a lot to keep your mind sharp.
Yeah.
Making money and keeping yourself busy. Yes. But you said that this was meant to break people and to help them denounce from what they were part of before.
Yes.
Was there ever a moment in those 32 years in the shoe that you broke?
No, not. As I said, the shoe, to be put in a cell by yourself. Imagine a dog putting a dog in a cell. In a cage, and rattling the cage. That dog is gonna get mad. So, by being put in that, it made me say, nah, I'm not breaking. It made me mad. In the shoe, it gives you a lot of time to think. You're in your cell all day long, all night. So you sit and you think. And I was also mad because I felt like the guards were messing with us. They were trying, I didn't feel they were trying to break us. Pelican Bay was designed to break inmates. It was designed on the way military make their places of detention, to segregate, to isolate and segregate where there's no contact, where there's no communication. So that it frustrated me, it made me angry, but it also made me want to fight to get out. Because some of the guys were losing hope, thinking we're never going to get out. And there was times where I thought I was never going to get out of the shoe. I was going to die back there. I was prepared to die back there. But there's a friend of mine, Todd Ashker. He's the name that's on the lawsuit that we filed, a class action lawsuit to get us out of the shoe because the shoe was actually driving men crazy. It was violation of the 8th Amendment, cruel and unusual punishment, to subject a human being to them kind of conditions. I remember there was a guy that I knew. I was on the main line with him, and he was cool. And then I talked to him once in the shoe, and he told me, "Hey, Turtle, I'm starting to hear voices." So that right there, it's sad when you have people like that there's really nothing you could do for them because they want you to debrief, to get out. And I'll tell me, you got to stay strong. You got to keep your mind strong. You got to read and you got to study. You got to work out because the shoe was it was driving people crazy. There was inmates that were committing suicide. I remember they had put an African in the pod with me. A pod is a section where there's 8 cells, 4 cells on the bottom, 4 on the top. The African was going crazy. He was in the cell naked, full of fecal matter, shitting on himself, pissing on himself, throwing it at people when they would pass by his cell. He would go shower. He would shit in the shower on the yard. They would extract him, took him out, and them are the symptoms of what the shoe will cause.
Most of your time?
Yes, approximately 32 years.
32 years by yourself in a room. Tell me about what that was like. What does the room look like? What do you have in there?
The shoe was actually driving men.
Thanks for being here with us in Between the Lines. I'm really excited to speak with you.